Hey there, I've done another unofficial, unscientific poll of cruise essentials. These things are items that you've told me that you need to bring on your next cruise. My name's Stuart, this is Ship to Shore Cruise News. Let's talk about it. I want to make sure everybody knows that these aren't my ideas, these are ideas that other people have come up with. I put out the question to Facebook and Reddit groups, and this is what people came back to me. I had so many responses. It filled up my page with notifications and so on, telling me I had so many notifications after a week I had to turn it all off and shut everything down. So what I've done is I've compiled these into the most common. This is not a top 10 list by all means, but this is just a huge list, and we're going to go over them real quick. I'm going to be looking at my laptop screen here because there's too many things for me to remember. I'm going to have the most popular items at the very end, but I think you're going to find these things interesting. So one of the most popular items that people recommend you bring is Downy Wrinkle Release. I've heard a lot of people talk about that, and that's a spray you can spray on your clothes to get rid of those wrinkles after you've unpacked or when they've been stuck inside the closet. It's all mushed up with all your other clothes. I'm told that's a very good thing to have. Another item, I was surprised at how many people are bringing these, but there were several people who wanted to bring handcuffs. Yeah, they're going to bring their own handcuffs. Okay. Another thing, there's a few people who are going to bring their own mattress topper. That's something I never thought about, bringing a mattress topper to make those beds a little bit more comfortable. I don't have a problem with the comfort, but everybody likes their own bed as soft or as hard as they like, and some people want to bring their own mattress topper with them. There's some Canadians out there who smoke, and they're bringing their own Canadian cigarettes because American cigarettes do taste different. I am an ex-smoker, and I really didn't enjoy American cigarettes. So there are some Canadians who bring their own cigarettes. Another popular one out there, and you hear this a lot, is chair towel clamps. So you can clamp your towel onto your chair so it doesn't blow away. And that's a good idea if you put anything on your balcony. Don't put your clothes out there to dry. The wind could blow it away. Might end up on someone else's balcony or out in the ocean itself. So some people are bringing chair towel clamps. What else do we have here? Somebody came up with something interesting. Flushable wipes. But not just flushable wipes, but also a container to put the used ones in. Because those flushable wipes can gum up the system on a cruise ship. And, well, that's a pretty closed system, and everybody's trapped on board that we don't want a problem with the toilets on board there, or the plumbing. People are going to be bringing flashlights. They find sometimes the rooms are too dark at night, and they can be quite dark, especially if you have an interior cabin. I've only spent one cruise on an interior cabin, two, I guess. Real. One was a studio suite, which was quite bright anyway at night, and I found the interior cabin I stayed on the Carnival Radiance was quite bright as well. Everybody wants to bring their camera. A lot of people like to bring an actual camera and just not their smartphone to take pictures. So if you are a camera aficionado, then bring your own camera. You can get a lot better photos, I'm told. People like to bring sticky notes and pens. This way you can leave notes for your cabin mates or people you're traveling with to say, hey, this is where I'm going to be. Let's get into touch. Or maybe you have some friends in another cabin. You can leave them a note on their door as well. One item a lot of people mentioned was sea bands. And these are items to keep you from getting seasick. A lot of people are concerned about getting seasick. And there's a lot of people who do get seasick who still love to cruise, and it's great that there's a product like this that they can use. Over-the-door shoe holders, a lot of people wanted those, and I understand why. You can have all those holes, those shoe holder slots where you can put stuff in and free up room, especially if you've got 3 or 4 people in one cabin. Sunscreen, but not any specific sunscreen. We're looking for Reef Safe Sunscreen. You can go and get your common brand off the shelf at any corner store sunscreen, but when you're in the Caribbean, you have to make sure that what you're using is compatible with the Reef system and it's not going to kill it off. The reefs out there are beautiful and we want to keep them alive and well, so remember to bring the Reef Safe Sunscreen. After sun or sunburn lotion. I've got sunburns on every cruise I've been on in one fashion or another. Sometimes bad, sometimes it's just a sunburn. Make sure you bring your after sun or your sunburn lotion. Passports. Bring your passports. I don't know why people have to mention it here, but yes, bring your passports. Also, some people are bringing Bonine chewable for motion sickness relief. So people are saying you can get this product and you take one at bedtime and it's good for the next day. Quite a few people mentioned they're bringing duct tape as well. This way they can fix things that break that they own. Sometimes there'll be squeaks and creaks in your room, and you can use this. Some people are using this to fix their room rather than waiting for someone to come by, or at least you could make something stop rattling until maintenance can come by and fix it. Some people bring their own coffee cup and creamer. I know I'm not thrilled about the NCL coffee at all. It's unfortunate that they just have really, really bad coffee, and some people bring their own. This one was interesting. People are saying, I bring change of underwear. Well, I didn't think that was something that had to be mentioned. I would think that bringing underwear would be a given. Yeah, I don't know. Lysol wipes. People bring Lysol wipes or Lysol spray, and they'll wipe down or spray down the room once they get in. And this is something I'd heard about pre-COVID-19. So this isn't something that's in a response to the recent issues we've had. This is something people have been doing for a long, long time. Scopolamine patches, and this is for seasickness as well. The little tiny patches you see behind people's ears helps them keep from getting seasick. A lot of people are bringing their patients, and that's something I recommend too. You're out on a trip, you're having fun. Use your patience wherever you are and whatever you do. People are bringing air fresheners for their room and Poo-Pourri for the washroom as well. If you're traveling for a week and there's some stinky people in there, your room's going to stink up as well. A lot of people like to bring their own wine on board. I've done it. It's very nice. But you know what? I think I'm past that myself. I like to just drink what they have on board, and I find what they have on board is to my liking. I know that's an extra cost, but it's a cost for convenience that I'm willing to pay. People are bringing extra laundry bags or things to put their dirty laundry in. That's a great idea. Bring your laundry bag, keep it separate. You don't want to be putting on dirty underwear. Someone said they want to bring your wife. Okay. A small first aid kit. So that's always a good idea, to bring an assortment of Band-Aids and lotions and aspirins and Tylenol and so on to help with those minor cuts and bruises that you might get from every day. Some people are a little klutzy and need something like that all the time. And you might have a headache from time to time and might want to just grab something rather than pay the costs at the store on the ship. What else? People are bringing their pineapples. And we all know why they want to bring their pineapples. It's a lot of items here on this list. We're getting down. People bring a lot of fake items to smuggle booze on board. And so there's a lot of people smuggling their own alcohol on board. If they want to do that, that's fine. If they get caught, the alcohol will get seized, and they won't get it back until they leave the ship at the end of the cruise. People bring their own pillow. A lot of people love their own pillow, and I understand why. I just use the pillow that's there. Some people bring extra cash for the casino. I thought that was a given, but it was interesting how many people brought it up. People bring their own lanyards as well. I think that's a great idea, to bring your own to bring your own lanyard. I like to buy one on each cruise that I have. It's an extra little souvenir for me. So listen, I mean, being a creator, I've been on YouTube for about 9 months now. My channel's growing great. I'm happy with it. I hope you're happy with me. But I'm doing this thing. It's called the Drive for 5. The Drive for 500 subscribers. And only you can help. Smash that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Help me get to 500. I don't get any fancy button. I don't get any fancy rewards. It's just a nice number. Right now, at the making of this video, I'm at about 304, 305 subscribers. Help me get to 500. Anyway, let's go on with the list. A lot of people like to bring their charging devices, or remind you to bring your charging devices. They are expensive on board, so make sure you do have the proper cables and the charging devices. Also, one thing you might want to bring is a non-surge protected power bar or power strip. You can get these on Amazon. I'm going to have a link below where you might be able to find one or take a look at one. These can help extend or expand upon the few plugs that they have in the cruise rooms. More and more cruise ships are coming out with USB ports so you can plug in everything you need, but there still are very few electrical outlets, and it's good to have a non-surge protected power bar. Something, look online, make sure it says cruise approved, non-surge protected. If you bring a surge protected one, it will get taken away when you bring it on board in your luggage. People are bringing good vibes. You're on holidays, you're on a cruise ship, you're having a good time. You have no worries. Just bring your good vibes, have a good time. Use your good vibes with your patients. It makes the day go a lot better. Yetis, travel mugs, water bottles. Bring your own cup, bring your own water. Reuse what you have. It's easier to keep track of which drink is yours if you know what your bottle or your cup looks like. So bring them. I like to bring my water bottle. There's so many places to fill it up during the day. And you know what? If you're in the Caribbean, it gets hot out there and it's good to keep yourself hydrated, not always with alcohol. Sometimes you want to be drinking some water as well. People are bringing fans for their rooms. You can buy USB fans that will cause a nice current through your room. I even saw online you can get a ceiling fan that you can hang from the ceiling with a magnet. Magnets with hooks on them. You can hang everything on them, including decorations outside your door. You can use these to hang up cords, clothes, and so on. Everything you need. The walls of a cruise ship are made of metal, and magnets like to stick to them. Gives you more places to store stuff. Lots of $1 bills. So there's a lot of people who want to bring small cash with them. They like to tip individually, tip their waiters, tip their servers, tip their cleaners, tip everybody. So a lot of people like to bring small bills to tip whomever they want. We're getting down to the last two items here. The second from last, most popular item. Now these last two items are the most popular items. This one is just an item. There's no explanation. There's so many men just want to bring their wife, their girlfriend. And I think that's great. That's the most important thing, is to bring their wife along. That's awesome. And the number one, the most important thing, the most recommended item that people recommended, and this almost doubled the second place one, was my husband, my boyfriend, my hubby. Isn't that sweet? Unlike the wife though, I get a lot of complaints. I'm just reading this here. I need my husband to help me find my room, carry my luggage, get me a coffee, make sure I get to where I'm going. He's a human Swiss Army knife. Make arrangements, make sure I get on the plane on time. So it looks like the husband is there to help the wife out, and I know wives really appreciate it when the husbands help them out. So that's about it. I'm not going to leave you with a cliffhanger this week for this video. Usually, lately I've been like leaving people with a cliffhanger. Some people have said it looks like my video is being cut out. And I just want to make sure everybody knows that the number one essential item that's not on this list, that's a very important you bring with you, the number one most important essential item you bring on a cruise is